Alright YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you how to create infinite scrolling using JavaScript. This is the plain JavaScript tutorial which we are going to see right now. This is the 39th project of this playlist. So fine, now if you see on page load, you'll see the loader. Once all the images loads, the page loader hides. So on single page load, we are fetching the data the data in this sense, in this case it's image. We are fetching 30 images from a website called unsplash.com. So here we are going to see how to fetch data from unsplash.com, and then if you scroll a bit, once it reaches till the bottom or just above the bottom, and if you see, fine, just to show you, I have used 5 images. If I scroll once it reaches just above the bottom, you see that some more images got loaded. Let me scroll down a bit again, and some more images loaded again. So this is the infinite scrolling. If I keep on scroll down and down, you can see the images is getting fetched from the unsplash.com, and it is getting displayed on our website. So on first page load, you are getting the spinner as well. So here you will see how to fetch API from the unsplash.com at the end of the section. So I have divided this video into 3 different sections. So alright YouTube, let's get in that section. We are going to see how to get images from the website called unsplash.com and get the images and display into our HTML. So this is the HTML which we have created, and the data which you are seeing right now is from the unsplash.com. So at present it is just loading the 30 images. So this is the section 1. So in this section we will see how to get images and display it into our HTML. So in the next section we will look at the infinite scrolling. So the first section, let's start the first section. As I have said, on each refresh you are going to get the new images, new 30 set of images. Fine, to start, let's create a folder on our desktop. So this is the 39th project, as I already said. So let's open it in our Visual Studio Code. So let's get the Bootstrap template so that we can write code fast. Open folder on the desktop. It's 39th project. Select folder. Fine. So after that, I'm going to type w3 school bootstrap. So let's create a file in HTML, and then style.css, and then script.js, and then we'll just, so as you already know, the script is going to be some settings of Bootstrap. So just copy the whole code and paste it in ours. It's actually HTML. Let's load it in our browser. Let's see how does it looks. Let's link the style. And let's link the script. .js. And we need the loader. So for the loader, I'm going to get into the website called loading.io. So you can get some amazing loaders. So to see the loader in this website, So let's get this. If you want, you can customize it as you need. So I have already downloaded the loader and kept it in my folder. So let me copy that. And on our HTML, let me show image spinner.svg. So if you refresh, this is how it looks. So let's keep this in loader class. Let's align this on our HTML. So the very first thing, I want to see the loader on the center of the screen. So for that, position fixed, top 0, left 0, bottom 0, right 0, width of 100, vertical width, height of 100, vertical height. So inside the loader we have image, position fixed, top 50%, left 50%, transform, translate minus 50%, minus 50%. So if you refresh, now it's at the center of the screen. So if you want to change the background, you can do it. We'll keep it white spoke. Fine. Now we'll comment this. We'll use it when it is actually required. At present it's not required. Fine. Now we are going to have a div with class image container. Actually we can have ID. Inside image container will populate the image from JavaScript. So document dot get element by ID. So this is the image container. Let's store it into a variable. So to load a script, we'll have this script at the bottom. So now we have got the loader. If you need, we can have the font awesome as well. So let's add a heading. Let's have a container. Inside the container we'll have the image, and then let's have h3. Text center. Let's have the name FINIT, infinite scrolling. So if you want, you can change the font. And this, let me show you how to get the font for the one last time. This is a project. You should have already known how to get it. So let me choose the custom. Let's choose our favorite font. This seems to be okay. Select the style. So the font family, so let's see how does it looks now. Yep, we got it. Now let's change this title, it is annoying me. So we can make h1 also to make it look bigger. Since we are using bootstrap, we can have padding top of 3. We have to get some space. 5 is the maximum which you can give, and padding bottom of 4. So once it is done, we have to get the API from the unsplash.com, which I have already got it. So here you have to log in and you have to create a project, and after creating a project you will get the API key, which is actually very important to get the images from this website and display into our HTML. I have already done it and I am not going to show you how to get it, so let me copy paste it. I have already created the project on this particular unsplash.com website. The process is very simple. You have to sign in, and after signing it will ask you to create a project, and after creating a project it will provide you an API key, and that API key you have to use it into our URL, which I will be specifying now. So let me get it from my old project. I will share the code, but I will not include the API key because API key should be unique for every user. So now I want to run a function called load images, and after loading images it is going to I'm going to give the definition. So here you are going to have the URL, which is the API URL, and you are going to fetch the data from this API URL. So try and catch. If there is any error, we can display the error. So if there is error, you will get the error, but there won't be any error. So let's get the URL. Since we are using API, we need to add async async, and we are going to use the fetch function and the URL, and whatever data we'll get, like we'll get a response, and once we get the response we need to convert into JSON format and store it into file. So since we know this process will take time, so for JavaScript to make understand that, we'll use await. That means these variables will not populate until we get values from this function. Console.log. Let me see how the data actually shows up. Console. So if there is no error, we should get the objects. D should be and you see we got it. So now if you see, we are actually getting an array. So let's create an array called photo array. What we'll do is we'll push the data into the array, and after that we are going to get individual photo. So using for each, So let me show you. Previously it was an array we can get, and now we can get the data as an individual object. Let me remove the above one. So instead of pushing, what we'll do is let's see now. Yep, we got the individual data. So previously we were pushing an array inside an array, but now using the for each we'll get the container, and then we'll use plus equal to backticks. That's not single quotes, it's backtick. We'll have image tag. Let's copy it from the loader which we have already used. We won't get auto suggestion. And over here, if you see, there will be let's see where is the actual images dot urls dot the name of the image. Let's get the regular, or let's get the small, and let's see. After refreshing, nothing happened. Actually need to add dot in our HTML, and yep, we got the image. So let's give the height and width to it. Height of 200, width of 200, and whatever is there inside the text container, I'm going to make it text align center. So this is the class from both. After refresh, actually it's an ID, I guess. It will add a class attribute. And on the API, we got small, we got regular, and let's make the width as 500 and the height as we leave it. And we'll add style, display, and the text align center. So you can see the images. The text align is not working. Let me see why. Inspect. So now the text line is not working here. Let me try to give inline style 10 pixel auto. Actually this should go to every individual image or the container. So that's working. And let's add the display noise. So at present, if you look, we are getting the 10 images. Now previously I have used 2 scripts, that's why we were getting 2 times. Now I have removed it. Now it is just once, so you can see it's at the bottom, 10 images. Now what we are going to look is, we are going to trigger the function to display images. The function should run once it reaches the bottom. So that means if I scroll here, you should see some more images getting loaded. So let's see how to implement it. So this is our function, and this is responsible. So on window dot add event listener, on scroll, so on every scroll I don't want the images to get fired. What I need to know is, let me show you in console.log. I want to get the window height, window.inner height. So what you will do is, you'll get the data from top to bottom. If I scroll, if you see 657, it will be 657 because starting from here and ends here, it is going to be 657 pixel. And the other thing what we need is window dot scroll y from top. That means if I scroll down, you will see the data should get increased, but it is not increasing. Let me see why. It's scroll. Now 22, 45, 56, it is getting incremented each time. So we need the last thing we need is document dot body dot offset height. So if I refresh, document dot offset height is going to be starting from here and end where the document ends. So it is going to be fixed. So with these values, we are going to use some if statement. Total value of the screen plus the place where we have scrolled. It should be, if it is greater than or equal to and if it is less than 1000, we want to say dot log reached bottom let's see. If I scroll down, I don't want these consoles or else it will crash my browser. If I scroll down, you see 4 times it has run. So starting from the bottom and till where the 1000 pixel ends, let's see here, from here to here, there we have run the function 4 times. So if you keep the load image over here, so it will keep on loaded. But the thing is, it was run 4 times. We don't want the thing to run 4 times. refresh it. If I get down, you'll see it has run 4 times. We don't want that. You can see this is 4, and 4 times we got the array, and we got some more images. So if I scroll down again, and again 2 times it run, and our infinite scroll is almost working. The thing what we are going to consider is, now we see once it reaches the bottom, the 4 times it is getting run. We don't want 4 times to run. We just want only 1 times to get run the function. So for that, let's use the flag. We need a slight modification. The modification is going to be, let's create a image, document dot create element. It is going to be image. Let me store it into a variable called image. Image dot set attribute src, and here the src value, and get the container dot append child, pass image, comment this, and let's try. We have commented the scroll also, so this should auto run. So for that, there should already be there. Yeah, it is already there. We don't have to. Data is getting fetched, but it is not displaying on the container. Just append on the content, on the image container. We are not able to display it. So let's console this dot log and check what is the issue. img is not defined. Actually, I'm passing it as a code. Fine, it is working. Now along with that, it is too big, so let's create this class for image. So this image will append it to this image dot add class, or you can use just the same set attribute class, and this is the name of the class. Now if you see, we just have to check whether the class is applied or not. I have saved it. Class is applied. We just have to give the width as well. Let's make the height 300 pixel. It's not window, it's width. Let's fix the height as well. Fine. Now we're going to add dot add event listener, which is going to be load, and the function is image loaded count. And let's define this image. Let's define this function, and this function will simply increment. I have created a flag value which is ready false, and total images found. It's not total images loaded, and it is going to be incremented every time. Console.log. Now let me get into the console. Now each time load function is going to get run, and the load function will increment it. There's an error, line 35. It's a function. So 5 times it has run. Fine. Now we are going to check if the loaded image is equal to the count of image which we are getting from the photo array. Photo array dot length image fetched is equal to image fetched, then ready equal to true. If the total image and the fetched image are equal, then ready equal to true. And if the ready equal to true, then only fetch the image, fetch the next image. Line number 52. Actually it's and. Reach down. It has run 9 times. That should not be the case. Let's comment this for now, and let's check these two values. Console.log total images and total images and fetched value. Let's check. Both need to be 5. If both are 5, then display the ready. Every time it is going to be false, but for the last time it should be true, because both are. Let's have this below here. Yep, it is true. If it is finished loading, scroll down. Let me remove this. I don't need this. Scroll down. It has run 15 times. That should not be the case. So the fix here is we have to make the ready function as false. So now if I check here, if I refresh, if I scroll down step by step, once it reaches to false, it has run only once, but again if I reach again, it is not going to fix it, because the count value would be now different. So let me display the count value as well. Total images loaded, images fetched. Let's see. Scroll down. Once we now on page load, both are 5. Get down. Now if you see, the total image fetched is 10, total images loaded is 10, and the fetched is 5. And if I go down, it is not going to run because it is false now. So to make this true again, what we have to do is we have to use the total images fetched as 0, and on the load images function we want to make this as 0 again. So now on each time we can see only once the fetch API runs. Again, I'm going slow, step by step. Once it reaches minus 1000 pixels, it is going to run only once. It is because of the flag which we have used. Now let's fix loader. Now the last final thing is we want to show the loader on page loads. On refresh, you should see the loader here, but it is not showing up. I think we have reached the 403. I need to get an API again. So here is the view the documentation URLs. Help me get into the URLs. I'm already logged in. I need to create the application. Accept. And if I scroll 3, create application. Once it is created, you will get an API key and just paste it over here. We have our loader div, and let's make it hidden. Refresh, you should not see, but if it is loaded, so let's get this ID equal to loader. I'm adding this because I need to access it in the JavaScript. If it is loaded, document dot get element by ID, loader dot hidden equal to true. Once it is loaded, once the image loads, I want to be the loader to be hidden. So instead of 5, let me make it 30. Refresh. So what we need is we have to remove this, and it should only be hidden once the image loads completely. Refresh. Wow, great. That's what we need. Scroll down. And the image and the request will run only once. So let's remove all the console. The code is ready. Get the source code in the description.